This lesson is about representing numbers, and it goes along with 6th grade CPM, Chapter 3, Section 1, Lesson 3. For today's lesson, we're looking at our flats again, and that's part of our base 10 model that we've been working with. Only instead of calling it a flat this time, we are going to be calling it a 100% block. And that's because if you count the squares in here, you'll see that your columns, there are 10 columns, and that there are also 10 rows. And if we look at that as an array, there's a total of 100 squares. So if we look at this image of the flat, or the 100% block, we can count the total number of squares that have been shaded in green, and we can say that we have 10 in this row and 3 in this row, and 10 plus 3 gives you 13. That means that 13 out of 100 are shaded in green. We're also able to convert that into a decimal, saying that 13 hundredths are shaded in green. And once we have that decimal, we know that what we need to do is we have our 13 hundredths. If we multiply that by 100, we have 13, which gives us 13%. And we have 13% of the shaded in squares are green. Really, all we're looking at right now is each square represents 1%, how many are shaded, and can we put that as a fraction, decimal, and percent. Try this next one. If we have 23%, what is going to be your fraction? What's going to be your decimal? You already have your percent, so how can you shade that in? Please do that on your own, and then check and see where you are. So when I did it, I didn't pay super close detail to the shading, but I shaded in 23. That's 2 columns and 3 left over. I know that that is 23 of 100 squares that are shaded in, and 23 over 100 is 23 100ths, which I can put directly into a decimal value.